Guys, welcome back to another one here on this here Mystelics channel. We are back for another one. If you guys enjoyed the other videos right there, guys, definitely subscribe to this here channel so you can get pretty much get the vibrations right there and then. Now guys, I saw this article right there entitled Hunger in Dominica, 5 Fast Facts that I saw here, guys. Now first of all, when I got this article and I saw hunger in Dominica, I thought they were talking about probably Dominica Republic. It cannot be Dominica. They're talking about the nature isle of the Caribbean filled with fruits and vegetation. They are talking about 5 fast facts for hunger in Dominica. I personally have no idea or know nobody in Dominica who is hungry. Do you guys know anybody in Dominica who is hungry? If you know that, please leave that, of course, in the comment box below. Because if you stay hungry in Dominica, you're wicked to your own self. Now, this article, it's called, let me see if I can get this down for you guys. Yes, it's called BrBpTV.org. I fail to believe that this is a reputable thing, but it was circulating. I got this probably like about 10 to 15 times. So I'm going to give my viewpoint on it right there. First of all, the reason why I know they're talking about the Commonwealth of Dominica, because they actually have it right there. The Commonwealth of Dominica, better known as simply Dominica, is an island nation located just north of Venezuela. Of course, there's a number of islands. Dominican Republic is also north of Venezuela, but in the Caribbean Sea. Dominica is known for its breathtaking views and tropical climate. Unfortunately, the country struggles with its the country struggles with issues of malnutrition. Now, guys, I probably have to go and find out what malnutrition means, because define what? Oh, I check what is that? Malnutrition. Okay, malnutrition is lack of proper nutrients or nutrition caused by not having enough to eat, not eating enough, or the right things. Okay, so I guess we can put it in that. I guess some sort you can pretty much, you know, put it in that context. So say some people tend to eat more stuff than the other. Okay, all right, cool. Anyways, guys, so it's not just saying it's a lack of food, but probably lacking the nutritional value as well. So malnutrition. Okay, that have led to other pressing health problems. Hunger in Dominica, that's different though. Hunger in Dominica has largely gone unreported due to the small island and population of the country. Understanding the issue of hunger in Dominica can help the United States and other supporting countries better understand how to assist the struggling country. I find this very, very, very ridiculous for you to talk about hunger. If you're talking about, okay, malnutrition in terms of people not wanting to eat provision or dashing and they like the chicken and the fries and the KFC and stuff, I understand that. So once you have more people eating more fatty foods, you find that people get, you know, a bit bigger and so forth. Talking about that, guys, this is the first one that actually saw obesity. Hunger in Dominica has directly led to obesity. That in itself makes absolutely no sense. How can you be a hell ginorma, a big person, and they're talking about hunger in Dominica? The next thing I thought, guys, maybe they're pretty much talking about gas. Maybe you're so hungry in Dominica, you get gas, and as soon as you get gas, you just start to blow up, man. Inside of you have gas, and it just expanding inside your body, making you bigger. But not that they're talking about, you know, guys, they're talking about hunger in Dominica has directly led to obesity in many people throughout the country. Studies have shown that 35.6% of women and 90.9% of women are considered obese in Dominica. The high rates of obesity are most likely due to a deficiency in consumption of vegetables. That doesn't sound like hunger to me. It just sounds like you're lacking certain things in things. No, guys, definitely a lot of fat people, in Dominica, or big people, you know, to be politically correct, they say it's saying big people or big boned. I don't know what part of the bone that get big when you get fat, but hey, they say big boned. So hey, it's big boned, aka fat, aka big. We'll call them big because all of them big. Anyways, compare to the global and regional average, people in Dominica are consuming significantly fewer vegetables and omega-3 fatty acids. Now that I might have to agree with, considering that a lot of people tend to go for more of the junk food stuff, KFC, Jamaican party and this kind of things. That go for more of the junk food stuff. But when it comes down to obesity being a part of hunger in Dominica, I don't think they explain that properly at all, because that don't make no sense whatsoever. Yes, there are big people in Dominica, because big people like to eat a lot of food. Dominica is one of the places where you know, when you eat, and also, especially when you eat in late at night, and then you go and sleep on it, that thing can settle in your body. It has nothing to do with hunger whatsoever. Malnutrition in terms of proper dieting, sure, that's more on the lenient, more on the leaning side. But when it comes down to hunger in Dominica, are you insane, my people? Are you insane? The people say obesity is largely due to hunger, we boy. Guys, there's a lot of people in Dominica that tend to eat late at night, and when they go to sleep on heavy food, that food is stored as fat, making them bigger. This is why they say you should not go to sleep 4 hours, within 4 hours after you eat. So if you eat at 8 o'clock, you should go and sleep after 12 o'clock. If you eat at 7, you can go and sleep after 11 o'clock because it's 4 hours span. But when it comes down to you actually saying that it is hunger that making people big, that's quite nonsensical right there in this regard. Anyways, anemia and diabetes is another part of hunger in Dominica. Let me just read that. Anemia is a condition in which people suffer from an iron deficiency. I guess that is deficiency. That's malnutrition right there in terms of not having the proper diet based off certain circumstances dealing with your body. Iron deficiency in their blood. The rates of anemia are steady growing in Dominica. Reports show that about quarter of all women in... Wow, that's crazy. Quarter of all women in Dominica suffer from anemia. I think that also has to do with women and their cycle when they tend to lose a lot of, blood and stuff. I think that is as a reason of that. But I think that's all over the world, man. Not just in one place. However, eating the right foods can also help in this regard. And I would have to tend to agree in terms of anemia and diabetes, in terms of people eating the right set of foods and also drinking a lot of water. That is the one thing I don't understand. Dominica is filled with 365 rivers. We are filled with fruits and vegetation, and we are suffering with diabetes. This is a real thing right there, guys. Diabetes is very high in Dominica. And of course, I think that is a lack of water, because diabetes is as a result of the kidney not being able to properly provide insulin and this kind of things there for to digest sugar and break down sugar, and there's something there. You can do your research on that for you to find out. And drinking a lot of water is important as well to help in this regard. Anyways, furthermore, diabetes is a growing issue. This may be due to consumption of high levels of some fat and poorly unsaturated. I hope I pronounced that properly. It was reported that 13.6% of women and 8.6%, seems like women are more in this than men though, in Dominica have diagnosed with diabetes. That's a lot, man. 13.6 out of 100%, that is a lot to have diabetes, man. Guys, we need to check that, put that in check. But when it comes down to hunger, I don't think them people probably just use the hunger thing as a way to capture people. Hey, hunger in Dominica, what? So they probably use that to capture people for them to put those kind of things there. So I kind of agree with this on a 50-50 kind of rate, considering that diabetes is high, anemia, of course, that is a worldwide thing. But in terms of Dominica, when it comes down to the ability of us preventing this stuff, we have the remedies and we have the meals for that. So that is not saying, oh, that's hunger. That is just bad dieting. So they need to stop their dirty ways in this regard. Dependency. Much of Dominica's access to food comes from outside country. Such as the United States, because Dominica has a small population. Oh, brothers and sisters. Oh, that is very debatable. That is very debatable right there, guys. Considering that we do import a lot of things and export less. I heard on the radio we actually import 70% of our produce and export about 30% of that right there. And that is not the population of Dominica. Dominica population is way smaller than that. This is probably, Dominica population right now is between 60 or 55,000. Because a lot of people have been going and they don't want to come back. A lot of people have been staying wherever they overstaying, whatever they want to do, because they don't want to come back to Dominica in terms of the economy and the opportunities that present themselves outside versus coming inside. But dependency right there when it comes on from outside countries kind of baffles me in this regard. But when it comes down to food in Dominica, the dependency for food, literally nobody can starve in Dominica. If you starve in Dominica, you wicked. You're a wicked person. Because you can pass everywhere. If you want, you can go in Zion or wherever you want to go and just pick up dashing. You can pick up fruits. You can pick up anything. There's enough government land before you say, oh, you want to go on people land. There's enough government land that people can just come and eat. Guava season, Kenip season. You can stay on a tree, mango season, and eat the whole tree and then go on another tree. And you can stay there for the whole, well, not the whole year, but you can go on different trees and eat. There is an abundance of food in Dominica. Hurricane Maria pass, you know. Hurricane Maria pass. I understand it. The hurricane take down all kind of thing, yes. But when it comes down to food in Dominica, them people is crazy people for you to say that Dominicans depending on people outside. Dominica import a lot of food, yes. We import a lot of things that I myself wonder sometimes why we importing these things. Why we importing water? We importing water. Guys, I saw water from Antigua one time in Dominica. I couldn't believe we were importing Chinese water as well. And not just that. They had advertisers for Chinese water on the radio station. Hey, you have to do your hustle. Your hustle is your hustle at the same time. But we are flowing the land of 365 and counting. There's just rivers, you know. We have streams and all this kind of something there. Lakes, whatever. You do have a problem. And guys, ooh, if you go Syndicate and places like going up Monaghan or Malengam, that mountain that going north, and then you passing over it, and then you go into Penville, the shortcut they say. Before, just there's some nice streams. You can literally just put your mouth in the thing and just drink from the source, man. Drink from the source, my brothers and sisters. So we have water in abundance. So why we ending up importing all kinds of water, all kind of things? Guys, I see they have charcoal, but I see they have charcoal. And I know back in the day we used to make charcoal. We used to make charcoal in Tantan. I went there, I saw they producing this stuff. And I see we importing charcoal from the United States, man. We importing charcoal from the United States. This has nothing to do with food in terms of what I'm talking about. But when it comes down to import, Magwesa, we importing stuff we do not need, but we have them, but we don't produce them. So we importing things that we actually have in Dominica from overseas. And what we're exporting to the, I tell you, Dominica is the Caribbean hub, agricultural hub. But the thing is, we're not taking agriculture too seriously. It seems like we're depending on CBI and all kind of something there to get them kind of things. But that don't make no sense whatsoever. We put in all kinds of things. But anyways, I digress. Anyways, guys, we importing too much. That's the whole thing. Dominica people consume about 55% of imported foods. Well, that's true, because cereal, just name it, guys. Biscuit from wherever. And so we doesn't really make our own stuff. So in terms of importing stuff to actually use, when we know that our imports is about 70%. So yes, there's food and all those kind of things associated with it. But when it comes down to hunger, all you need to stop your dirty ways. Even if we're not importing nothing in Dominica, it is impossible for Dominicans to starve. It is impossible for Dominicans to starve. Dominica sustains themselves. There are a number of people across Dominica, and it shocked me to find that out, that a number of people that actually met and discussed and off camera, all those kind of things, they met with them, talked to them. Hey, do you have a job? Do you work? What is going on with you? They tell me no. So how do you survive? They tell me, well, they eat from the land. They do a little farming here and there for the family, make some dashing, provisions, whatever. Orange juice and thing. They actually get it from the tree, the ground. Dominica are producing these things for the people. So even if we're not importing anything, Dominicans will never starve. It is impossible for Dominica to starve. So when it comes down to all these kind of things that don't make no sense whatsoever, but you say 5 fast facts which are not facts at all, because that has nothing to do with hunger. Hunger in Dominica, about that. Boy, anyways. Effective of climate change. This is interesting because of its location in the Caribbean. Dominica is susceptible to various natural disasters. What does that have to do with hunger? Anyways, most notably hurricanes. Hurricane damage, okay, that's true. The economy of Dominica as the country pretty much wiped out all this stuff, so we were dependent. So I understand that, but we were dependent at that time for produce because the hurricane came and wiped out pretty much everything. CO2 emissions have also affected the area as they have been increasingly steady. What? That, I don't know about this thing there, but I disagree, because Dominica is a nature island of the Caribbean. Productions of oxygen from trees, and talk about CO2 emissions. That's debatable, man. That's very debatable. Because Dominica is a land that flows with milk and honey in terms of the nature aspect. And by the way, guys, this is not literal milk and honey, but we have our trees. We are, guys, go in the mountain and just breathe. And see if the perspective of you. Go and sit down naked. Go and naked in the mountain, man. And sit down and just breathe, man. And see if the perspective of your life will change. There was actually a movie created by Dominicans trying to figure out where Dominicans went wrong, man, in terms of the whole situation. It's called Uncivilized. That is a movie created by Dominica. You guys need to go check that out as well. And it pretty much shows where, you know, given the viewpoint of where did human beings go wrong in terms of moving away from the natural habitat to becoming dependent on their own minds and ideologies. Yes, people are getting smarter and whatnot, but when it comes down to natural habitat, pure oxygen in the place, joke them people making. Joke. These changes are affected. Anyways, in terms of hurricane affecting Dominica and mash up the place, 95% of the place, I understand that. But we are back to normal. CO2 emissions, carbon dioxide, they're talking about there. No, I don't agree with that. Whatever you say, I don't agree with that nonsense there. Metric tons of CO2 in the atmosphere. That is from somewhere else. That cannot be from Dominica. Nonsense you're talking. Anyways, outside assistance, the Food and Agriculture Organization is active in Dominica through various relief efforts. Guys, I looking at, that is August 8th, you know, written. August 8th, they write that thing there, you know, boss. Anyways, Alondra Belford. Who is that person? Anyways, outside assistance, the food, blah, blah, blah. The FAO, yeah, provided support for Dominica following the hurricane in 2015. That was not a hurricane, that was a tropical storm. That was Tropical Storm Erica. So they need, you see, that is why they need to get their facts straight. The hurricane happened in 2017. So stop all you dirty weeds. Anyways, the cost that the country, millions of dollars in damages, in essence, but in 2017 was a real thing. So I think the person probably mixed up the year right there. And of course in damages, and have been working to regulate the food imports to prevent hunger in Dominica. We are past that already. We are past that. During 2017 was a tough time in Dominica, yes. So if they got about hunger in Dominica at that time, yes, 100%, because all trees, everything had go down, fruits, leaves, they go about their freaking business. They go somewhere else. But now, 3 years later, Dominica has sustained itself back to normal. Jelly have come back up. I drink how much jelly already? I drink jelly last year, the year before. Well, I was in another country. But I drink jelly last year for sure. So I know jellies in Dominica and a number of other fruits. You can go everywhere. Kenny people say, guys, if you just pass around Dominica and look at the roadsides, if all you, don't take my word for it, you know. For those of you outside, come to Dominica and just travel along the road. West Coast, East Coast, North Coast, South Coast, Middle Coast, all coasts. Just travel along the road and you will see there are a lot of vendors selling fruits, selling vegetables, selling all kinds of stuff, eateries on the roadside for Dominicans and everybody else outside there. So when it comes down to outside assistance, we have actually have our fruits and stuff back on par. Kenip season, mango season, ding dang, the other day there. Kenip season, people trying to sell a Kenip, all kind of thing, what not sweet Kenip, so forth, watermelon, making ding dang too. Guys, we are back. Lime was scarce the other day there, we have plenty lime now. I haven't getting 5 lime and everything. Anyways, that's a different topic. But when it comes down to outside assistance, yes, they did come in after Hurricane Maria in 2017. Some folks actually came in 2015 as well to help. I know some folks from America came down to help Dominica. So yes, that is great. But when it comes down to now, joke all you making. That article is full of jokes, man. The person must do comedy. Anyways, Dominica is a country in the Caribbean that has steadily been struggling with consuming essential foods for sustainable health. In terms of eating the right stuff, it's not that we do not have it. It's not that people prefer to eat more junk food. Okay? People prefer to eat more junk food. When they eat junk food, they do not exercise as they should. They go to sleep eating junk food. And you know, those things can create, you know, all kind of unhealthy things in your body. When it comes down to toxins and so forth and so forth. We literally have the remedies for the world to heal the world because of our fruits and vegetation in the nature isle of the Caribbean. Do we utilize it? Not to the best of our abilities. Do some people do? Definitely. But I think the whole gist here, from all what that person was saying, who Alondra Belfort ever is, first of all, that wasn't making much sense at all. In terms of the truth of this article, I'll give you about a 30% out of 100. So you fail, that is a below F, that is a Z right there for you. So you need to go back and get your facts straight when it comes down to these things. I do agree with the imports right there of food and stuff, cereal, all kind of stuff in there. I do agree with that. But when it comes down to hunger in Dominica, it is impossible for you to be hungry. Impossible for you to be hungry in Dominica. If you decide to stay hungry, you choose to stay hungry, because it's not that we don't have. We have. You can just go and climb it. Guys, I can go outside and get a go. Let me go and get a go. If all you think is magic, I do. I just get that from the tree there. Go over. You see? Go over. You go outside. You can get any. I can go for more thing for you, but without much time. Anyways, guys, the whole point of the matter here is we cannot go hungry in Dominica. So I don't know what they're talking about. Stop all your dirty ways. Please, guys, if you understand, share this video as well, so others can see if they've seen this article and wonder really what's going on. Then people need to stop their dirty ways. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video right there. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. I'll pretty much post the whole article for you guys to see as well. But hunger in Dominica, 5 fast facts. That is opinion, my sister. Stop your dirty ways. Anyways, guys, bless up.